Groq finally rolled it out. They've got access now to the DeepSeek-R1 model here, the 70 billion parameter distilled for llama. You can pick this model here for free. You can try this out. Like I could ask a question like, I don't know, how many R's in strawberry? Just run this here and watch how fast this happens. All right, so that was done in maybe 3 or 4 seconds. And if I scroll up, you can see 275 tokens per second. And that's with this massive 70 billion parameter model. And that is the new R1 model from DeepSeek. You can also use a ton of other models. For example, over here, we've got the Llama 3.3 70 billion parameter model, equal size. Pick this spec deck one here, put in the exact same question. And let me clear this out here. Boom, just done. And then you can see here, we've got 1,100 tokens per second. Granted, there are only a couple sentences here, but still 1,100 tokens per second for a model that is massive. That's almost 5 or 6 times more than that R1 model, which was equally impressive. Though in this case, you can see the Llama model doesn't get this right. I don't remember, did the R1 model get that correct? Let's go back and try that again here and just see if it got the answer correct here. Try it again. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, about 4 or 5 seconds there. And down at the bottom, you can see 3 R's in strawberry, so it got it right. So this is the new reasoning model, and thus we have the explanation up above as it thinks through the problem. You have the think tag here to open this up. There should be one further down to close that off. Yeah, you can see here's the end of the think section or the explanation of the reasoning, and then here's the answer down below. So now I'm going to go back to that Llama model because this is also equally impressive here. That spec deck 70 billion parameter model, I want to get it to give a longer answer. So I've got a different question here. Write me a 1,000 word chapter for my book on gardening, just something to get it to write for a while or generate text for quite a while here. Watch how fast this happens. And let me clear this first here. Clear this first here. All right, check this out. And then I'll use full chat here, though this doesn't make it quite big enough, but watch how fast this happens here. You can barely even keep up with how fast it's generating the text here. And that's because, again, it's generating in this case at 1,750 tokens per second. Pretty much the entire answer here was generated in about a second. And it's not just this website that you can use. They also have a playground here that wraps around their API. So you can use their API. And the cool thing is right now you can get access to API keys for free. It is an OpenAI compatible API. So the same chat completions you'd use with OpenAI, you use here as well. So for example, I've got this baked into my little command line tool that helps me generate commands. So in my case here, I can specify the model I want, can pick from any of those models you saw out on the website. Could go with the R1 model if I'd like. Maybe I'll do the spec deck model here with the 70 billion parameter first. Could ask a question like, show me huge files that are movies. Reach out to the API, you can see I get a response almost instantly there. And of course, if I come up here and I use that R1 model instead here, of course, it's got that thinking process to it, so you're going to see the thought process there. Not intended to be part of my little command line helper utility, but you can still see it in action here. So if I ask the exact same question, boom, 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 boom. Look how fast that is spitting out a response here. And then, of course, unfortunately, it gets cut off, and that's because I've got a token limit on my helper here. But you can see, nonetheless, here's the thinking section, and that was incredibly fast to be generating that text.